Hello everybody, welcome back to the Battle Lounge, and today I decided to put my nice shirt on because I'm going to be using some resin. Great idea. Yeah, I've just popped into the Battle Lounge on the way in from work because I was eager to get some of this ClickyWalls done, get the resin in, poured into the rat warrens. I've put some black plastic bin bag down just to try and protect the game table, and then the idea is make sure I've got everything laid out ready to go, mix up a few different batches. So do I mix up one big batch and get it all exactly the same, or do I do several different batches and try some different colours? That is what I was going to do, but that's when I had lots of trial pieces. Now they've all dry, I just ended up doing them all the same. I like the terracotta, so I went for the terracotta, and I've done that. And now the green's dried, it looks really good. I'm really pleased with the way they come out. Well, I'm not sure about this one actually, with the lumps of poo in there. That's a bit weird. But you know, something like that looks really good. And once we got the resin in there, it's going to look even better. And this is the other thing. Like I was thinking, well, do I mix up clear resin and then put a little bit of green in there to give it a bit more life, or do I put brown in there to make it look more like I don't know. I was going to do brown, but obviously it's got the brown in there already, which is the mud, so I'm thinking the green might look better because you'd still see the brown, because it's not going to have much, it's just going to have a hint of it, brighten it up, and green will brighten it up. Whereas if I put more brown in, decisions. I think I'm going to put green. Need a stirry stick. I'm going to go with the green, and I've got some of this, the scorpion, striking scorpion green. So I'm going to put a bit of that in, I think. This is actually a contrast paint, so in the past I've put too much colour in, and instead of it being translucent it's gone more opaque. But I want this to be clear, so I don't want to put too much paint in. It's really difficult to gauge how much, because I don't do resin very often. It does make it a little bit more tricky for me to gauge it. Let me grab some gloves. A lot of people keep asking me how I find all the time to do all the things that I do. Doing the YouTube channel, designing all these ClickyWall parts, all the printing, the building. I've got some people helping me. So Justin works for me in the laboratory. He's been helping out doing some of the painting because he plays D&D as well. He does a lot of painting himself, miniatures and things like that. So I've drafted him in to help me do some painting as well. So that's good. A couple of guys from the forums, Craig and James, are helping out at the moment. By the way guys, really appreciate the help. Ooh, lovely. And that's, better not mix those lids up, otherwise that's going to be a disaster. So what's that one? That's, and then I need to decide how much I'm going to put in. And I'm thinking I'll do this much, see how it goes, and then this is about the same amount. As I'm pouring this in, this is water based, and I don't know if it's going to mix in. Yes, right. In fact, it almost doesn't need to mix in. Might be better if I'd have put it in after I'd mixed it and get that sort of unmixed look, if you know what I mean, like streakiness to it. So this stuff is just 50/50. It's low odour, which is nice. This is a big room, so I don't really need to worry about the ventilation too much. Stirry thing is a bit on the small side, to be honest. Ideally I would have had a big spatula, but this is the way I do it. I measure it out in these tubs first, pour them in to each other just to sort of help get it all mixed in. Give it a good mix. I'm going to get loads of bubbles in here doing this, but I don't care. I'm not going to be going over it, flaming it, trying to pop the bubbles or anything. If there's any bubbles in it, in fact, more bubbles the merrier. So I'm going to give it a good mix. You're supposed to mix this for 24 hours or something ridiculous. I'm not going to bother. 30 seconds, that's all you're getting. Right, and then let's just pour it. And again, like this, you're supposed to pour it from a height to get the bubbles out. But I'm not worried about that. We like bubbles. It's slime. It's going to be fine. So I'm just sort of pouring this in just to fill these little channels up. I'm not too worried about getting drips. In fact, I will probably go in afterwards and get a paintbrush and just spread it out, make them look a bit wet, maybe do some drips down the walls or something. So I reckon I'm going to have about half of what I need here. Yeah, so what I was saying, Craig's helping out with the website, James is helping out with the 3D side of stuff, Justin's been helping out with painting, my wife's been helping out with painting, but also my wife has been editing all these videos and putting them up on YouTube, and she's going to be editing this, and she's, Simon, wearing that shirt, for goodness sake. So I bought some new jeans the other day, bought some new trousers, got paint on them already. He said, why didn't you wear your old trousers? Because they got paint on them. Right, so there wasn't enough to do all of them, but actually got most of them done, so I only need a little bit more. So I'm just going to guess this one. I'm going to put that much in of that, and then that much in of that. Oh, that's about as much as I put in the last one, which was 3 times the amount. There you go. This one's going to be a bit greener. Maybe I could put some blobs of this. Some of these other ones. Oh, this looks a little bit more toxic. A little bit in there. So also got Stu helping me out. He's doing a lot of the back end stuff, all the marketing. And all you guys on the community are helping as well with your suggestions and advice and all the rest of it. Now I just got these ones which don't have any sides to keep the resin in. So these ones are going to be a little bit leaky. There we go, all done. Some of these are not quite full, so I'll just top them up a little bit. Oh, it does look good though. Now these leaky ones are leaking. a little bit, and I've just got a little bit in there now, so if I get a brush I can paint some drips on. I'm just going to use an old brush that I will bin, because there's going to be no point trying to fix this. I'm just going to experiment with just painting some of this on around the top. See what that looks like. No, don't really like that. Because it's so thick, the drips that are dripping down are huge, so they don't look very realistic. But what I do want to do is just paint. I think what I might do is just hold it, because they're moving about, and just paint it around. Use what I've already got in there and just paint up the walls a little bit. It looked like it's sort of flowing. Yeah, also with some of these, they're sort of, where they're fuller up, they're almost like they've got that sort of rounded look where they've not flowed in. So just getting the brush and just painting it in, it's sort of lying flatter. Looks better. And it's difficult to see in this light. I've got all my coloured lights on. I'm in my element. Yeah, so originally I did the floor flockers because I really like this sort of creative side of it. Not just painting, but using resin and all the different types of flock and sand and stone and things like that to bring everything to life. So then when someone suggested about doing rat runs, I was just thinking, oh, so really the sewers, but on a smaller scale. So one of my cameras has gone out because it's overheated. These little DJI Pocket 3 minis or whatever they're called, they're really good. They're really good cameras. They follow me around if it's on tracking mode, so as I'm moving it, because it's on the gimbal, it just follows me around, so I quite like it, especially when I'm moving about, doing all my bits and pieces. They're really good. But if you're recording with them and you're charging at the same time, sometimes they overheat. It's not even hot in here. It's sort of quite cool today. If you've got it plugged in, they overheat, and it's an absolute pain in the ass, because see, it's the last thing you want if you're in the middle of recording something. But apart from that, I can't fault them. I think it's alright. I was a bit worried there for a minute that I might have put a bit too much pigment in, got them a little bit too green. Actually, I quite like it. I think they would look good. I think they'd look really good if I'd have used brown. I think they look good that I've used green. Resin always looks good. Well, maybe not always, but it can be an absolute disaster with resin like this. If I hadn't have put down that black plastic sheet, this would have been an absolute nightmare. I think at some point we will do some more of these and try some brown. I mean, I've got a little tiny bit left. I could put some brown pigment in and do one of them just to see what it looks like. I put way too much in this one, it's really going everywhere. If I'd have been a little bit more organised, we could have used some little skulls or some, you know, some like little bits of broken weapons and bits of armour and an old shopping trolley. But I like to think of these as just test pieces. But even though they're test pieces, I will use them. Definitely going to use them. They're great. I've got these terracotta pipes as well. Put a little bit on these, especially like these bits with the broken bits with the holes. I wonder if when it sets it's going to stick to the black, because it's almost like you could just put one of these in a puddle. If it doesn't stick to the black, you have like a little puddle. I can't really put any in there because these are designed to sort of push together, and if I put this in there, like the paint, you can sort of scrape it out, but the resin, I don't know, I think it might set a little bit too hard. I'll just put it like around some of the little corners. I won't put it on everything, just a little bit, and some of them. I'm going to put a bit on this, because this one, this is like a little cap. So I keep forgetting whether. Right, it's back on again. There we go. So I wanted to put a bit on this one. It's got all the gunk coming through the hole. And then this one, which is like a broken one. This doesn't connect onto anything, so I'll scoop some of this spillage up. Just paint that on the inside. A little bit on the outside. I ain't got any on my shirt yet. I think that's it. Oh, this one's leaked out as well now. Oh Lord. If I put that like that, and any drips hopefully won't stick it to the black stuff. There we go, that's the resin done. A few recommendations: make sure you've got plenty of ventilation. This stuff's horrible. Put gloves on, whatever you do, and make sure you put something down to protect wherever you're working. Don't get your caps mixed up, because if you put the hardener in with the resin, the whole thing will just go off. So you need to make sure you keep them separate. Yeah, preparation is everything. This stuff is just called craft resin. I just got it on Amazon. Epoxy resin for arts and crafts. Crystal clear. Scratch resistant, high gloss, excellent UV protection, heat resistant, food safe and odourless. It's good. I used it before in one of the other things that I did, and that worked well. Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. If you subscribed, brilliant. Well done. Thank you. If you're not, do that. And if you are subscribed, remember just to give us a thumbs up on this video, because that helps. It shows that you liked it, and obviously you'll then get more of it. Cheers guys, see you in the next one. Bye bye.